biggest one of the season. I'm so proud of this team right now. 2016 Dallas over Philadelphia in Philly. And I think the biggest thing about this game, I don't really care about the whole 40-46 thing from last year. I don't think this was an exact revenge on the Eagles kind of thing, because they knocked us out of the playoffs last year with that win. The Eagles are fine. The Eagles will more than likely will probably be in the playoffs, or at least they're still going to be fighting for it. Their record's fine. It sets them back a little bit and gives us an advantage definitely in the division. But they're fine. So I don't think that really factored in anyways. I do think one thing that separates this game from last game is we didn't press. Last year, Romo was trying to do everything he could. He was throwing the ball where it doesn't need to be. Running backs were trying to make one too many cuts. Guys were playing outside themselves, and it turned into a blowout. Everyone did their job this game. Defense played excellent. Offense was very efficient. Romo, once again, he had one pick, but you know what? In 4 games, if you got 9 touchdowns and 1 pick, that's not too bad. Roy got into the action, except 5 catches, 75 yards. The man is turning into what we want him to be, and he was making some very clutch catches for us, some drive extending catches. It was awesome. And of course, Miles only had 1 catch, but as it felt across Philadelphia, that 49-yard touchdown to put us up ahead for good. But like I said, I think the biggest thing and what really impressed me the most about this win was really who we beat and the kind of run they were having. The Eagles were coming off a great stretch of wins, and they just got done waxing the Giants. And we come into their house, and we don't dictate how the game goes. I'm not going to say that. I don't think we controlled the game. It was a very back-and-forth game, but we hung with them, and we showed that we did deserve to be on the same field with them. And then in the end, we beat them. We were better than they were today. I'm just – and really, it's, once again, another great day for if you're a Dallas Cowboys fan. The Skins lost, though. Really, them losing now doesn't really matter. They're irrelevant. But, San Diego pulling off that great win over the Giants, and the Giants have lost 4 straight, and they're going in there by 5-4. We're 6-2, and I believe the Eagles are now 5-3 now. And with the Giants, I love to see the Giants fall apart. I love to see the Giants losing. That being said, no, they're not dead. And any Cowboys fans who think that the Giants are dead, you're fooling yourself. That's another great team. It's a team that knows how to win. We've seen that before. They're in a bind, definitely, and I love it. I love it if they would stay in that bind. But them and Philly, how many times as Cowboys fans have we thought that those teams were dead and they just come out of nowhere? So I'm loving that they're down right now, especially the New York Giants. But this team is going to have to keep winning because I look for both of those teams to rebound and start having a pretty good second half of the season. With Tony, you can definitely see that Tony really, really did not want to make a mistake this game. But it wasn't so much that he didn't want to make a play. And, I go back to that Denver game where he didn't make many mistakes that game, but he wasn't making any reads. Against the Philadelphia Eagles, they're going to blitz you. That's what they do at Philadelphia. They're one of the best teams in the league at blitzing the quarterback. Romo did a great job of. He got sacked a couple of times, and it sucks to watch your quarterback go down, but it's a lot better than him throwing up some crap and they take it back to the house. And that's how usually we've gotten beat by Philly in years past. If the play wasn't there, he would fall down or let him, he'd take the sack, wrap the ball up, and protect it. And he would live to fight another drive. And our defense gave us that opportunity. McNabb made some plays. Them on offense did a good job. David Eggers is a great kicker. But we were able to get the ball in the end zone more than they were. And and the thing is, this Dallas team has not hit, it's still improving. Because you see every week someone new steps up. Something else is exposed. You still got Witten as that solid guy who you've got to get a first down. You find him. But Patrick Creighton is stepping in. And I really want to talk about Patrick Creighton. I meant to talk about him last week, but I didn't really get to him. Patrick Creighton, I think, is one of those guys who he struggled before with us, but he's been a solid guy for us. And he got demoted. And he was one of those guys, he took that in stride. He said, look, I've not been playing well. I don't deserve to be on that starting spot right now at the time. And what he did, he said, all I can do is do my job, do what I'm asked to do, and do it well. He had 2 punt returns for touchdowns in the past 2 games, and he had a big reception today. Had a couple big plays. The guy's solid for us. We don't really have a lot of standout guys at wide receiver, but we've got a lot of solid guys who can get the job done. I'm really excited about this team. I think this team can really do something special this year. And I think Tony Romo's the right guy at quarterback. I've been saying that. I've been a Romo guy since he took a snap here. I felt like, and it's not just because he's the quarterback of the team. I was not a Drew Henson guy. I was not a Drew Bledsoe guy. I was not a, but you can see, I see that this is the guy I think that can get us over that hump, and hopefully get us a playoff win later on. We got to get there first. Got Green Bay next week, on the road in Lambeau. They got beat by Tampa Bay this week, but once again, I think Green Bay is another one of those teams. I don't think they're as bad as the way they've been playing in certain games. I think we're going to have a tough game in Lambeau, but that's definitely a winnable game, and Dallas should be favored there. Great win over the Philadelphia Eagles. I love beating the Eagles because I can't stand them, but they're a good team, and the reason you enjoy beating them is because they're a solid football team. Dallas, as of right now, as of Week 9, number 1 in the NFC East. It's hopefully we can hold on to that and get something a little bit better than that later on in the season. But 1 week at a time. Green Bay next week. Eagles go down this week. And the Dallas Cowboys, sole possession of NFC East as of right now. How about them Cowboys? And we'll see you next week. That's one great, great victory.